guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Aashi Adani and for today's video I'm doing another round of products that I'm disappointed in. So let's just get started. So let's just get started. I have a lot to speak. So let's start with the base. The Maybelline Baby Skin is something I do not like. Now it's okay. Like it's a silicone based primer. It's okay, but it's not good enough for mature skin. It's not good enough for, like, I wouldn't even call my skin mature, but it's not good enough. So anyone older than me or skin like having more dehydration than me, it's just not gonna work. It's very simple and it's very less, like you don't get more from the primer. Like I want something that will actually fill in all my pores and like mattify my face and stuff like that. This one can't take heavier makeup. If you're going to put a lot of makeup that's like a foundation, concealer, whole shenanigan, it's not going to work. You need to, if you're putting light makeup and you have like teenage skin, which is like you're just using like a BB cream or something like that, this will work, but I just don't think it's worth the money. There are better silicone based primers or even pore filling primers out there in the market. It is not an instant pore eraser for me. Moving on, another base product that I don't like is the NYX Wonder Stick. Now, don't get me wrong, the contouring side is really nice. So, it's really nice. It's super blendable. Like, you can use it. It's easy to use, easy to blend and stuff like that. This is the shade. It's nice for my skin as well. It looks nice and creamy. But my only issue is with the highlighting shade. Now the issue with the highlighting shade is that it creases way too much. It exaggerates texture. It's also going to look super grayish. Now it's not, I've tried other shades. I'm just showing you the one I have right now. I have tried other shades. It's not that if you get your right shade it won't crease or it won't exaggerate your texture. Another, like, this is too light and it's just not good enough and it creases way too much. So I would rather buy a lighter shade of a concealer if I wanted to go for like a highlighting look, but I would not use something like this. It is creamy, which is why it creases way too much. So it works for the contouring side and that part of your face, but for your highlighting where you need it to look perfect, it just won't look perfect. Another product from NYX that has been a buzzkill for me is the Born to Glow. Now this one is really nice. Is what I thought earlier before I used it. So I thought this will be like the MAC strobe cream. So you can use just a little bit all over your face before your makeup. But I did that while I was stepping out, which is why it was a disaster, which is why I'm more irritated at the product. But it's, I don't know if the camera will catch this, but it has glitter chunks right in it. So when I put it on, my whole face was like glittery. Like I had a glitter disaster all over my face. It looked like that. Then I had to wash my face and I washed my face, but the glitter is again so minute that it gets into your crevices and like your under eyes and like, I don't know, wherever you have texture, the glitter will just go in there. Like that's what it's going to do. So like you can see, like this one is exaggerating my texture too much. Like, can you see my finger and like this? So I just don't like that. It will just exaggerate my texture and make my skin look dry and even more cakey. So which is why I don't prefer this. Next up, for my highlighting and blush, I hated the new My Glam launch with Sonakshi Sinha. It's the Pose collection. My problem with the collection is firstly this duo. Okay, so you get two shades of blushes and you get two highlighting shades in it. Now the only issue is this is the packaging. It's literal cardboard. I feel like if I press too hard I will break it. It's literal paper. It feels like cardboard. Plus it just feels like cheap kids makeup. Like how it is made is very also I expected a lot from the collection, but as you can see, like the products are quite okay. I don't see anything wow. I don't see why I would recommend people and tell them that, oh, you know what, go ahead and buy this blush shade or this highlighter shade, because it literally does nothing special. I will swatch the blushes also for you all. 1 second. Not overtly pigmented, not, I don't know, I'm just very underwhelmed with the collection because I expected so much more. Plus it's on the higher side, considering, I mean, you're getting only 2 shades and it's for 700 rupees, and it's not even that wow. And I just wouldn't toss something like this in my purse, or just, I'm really underwhelmed with the packaging. And they say HD blush and HD highlighter. I don't think there is anything HD about the products. Moving on to the eyes, products that didn't really do well for me, the blush nudes from Maybelline. Now I love the nudes, the original nudes. I love that palette. That palette was like my favorite. I only had to let go of it because it was 1 year beyond its expiry date, so I had to let go of it, even though I didn't want to. The shades are really nice, but these are the blush nudes. The colors are so light. Like, why would anybody buy this palette? Because the colors are so light, you can't do multiple looks with it, because the colors are so light and so similar in one tone that you're only going to be able to create like one look. And especially when you think about Indian skin, the lids are already so pigmented, so you're going to firstly matte it down with a concealer, and then the shades are just quite underwhelming, and nothing is too pigmented, or nothing is just making me go wow about this. Plus it's more expensive than your normal nudes palette. Now these are like some of the shades. Like, you can see there's nothing fascinating about it. Plus all the shades feel pretty much the same. There is a lot of fallout. There are only 2 matte shades. Everything else is sparkly and glittery. And again, the glitters are also not, oh wow, glitter she's wearing, sort of. It's just very light. So like, you can see this is one of the glitter shades, and you can barely even see it on Indian skin. I feel like this product is an Indian skin problem, because our lids are just so pigmented and our skin is so highly pigmented that something like this is just too light. And I can like see myself creating looks with these darker shades, but with these lighter shades, I think all of them are going to look pretty much similar, pretty much the same on my eyelids. So this one's a pass. So remember I said that I let go of my The Nudes palette. It was only because I found also that was way past its expiry date, and I found another nude palette that I got. So I was like, okay, it's worth the replacement, I'll change it. So I got rid of it. But this Pixie palette, I do like the formula. I think it's really buttery and like really like nice. Okay, but the only issue is these two look the same, like absolutely the same on my skin. And then when you see these two, again, super similar, especially on my skin when I'm blending it with my other products. And there's no black. The glitters are nice, but again, just an underwhelming palette. Like, I prefer my original The Nudes palette over this one. The shades are not the easiest to blend, plus the glitter is so chunky that again, it literally settles into your skin. And the last product that I'm disappointed in is the Etude House Play Color Eyes palette. Now, this is what the palette looks like. But if I were to dig some in the brush and I was just putting it, you can barely see anything. Like, I would have to go in like a couple of times to get some good pigment going. Like, you can see there is barely any pigment here, and it's just disappointing because I'm taking so much color and you can barely see any of it. So that's a problem. Even if I were to take this color, this is what it's looking like the dark shade here, and I'm literally going ham. And if I were taking the glitter shades on a brush, do you see? This is the difference between your finger swatching and your normal brush swatching. So I would always recommend, if you're buying like a palette, check it on a brush, because your finger, you just tend to put more pressure, which is why the colors will always look good. But then when you're putting it on your eyelids is when you'll realize the actual intensity of the pigments. So that is it. These are the products that I have been disappointed in a while. I also did a video couple of months back where I'm talking about expensive products that I regret buying. If you want to check it out, I will link it in the description box below. Please like this video if you did, subscribe to my channel, and I will see you guys super soon. Bye.